This week on OSRL. As our house build moves forward, we take care of one issue that's been getting in our way for a long time.
How's it going? And welcome to the Domestead. Now, if you're new here, my wife and I, we're building our own home off-grid here in the Arizona desert. Now, before we get into this video, if you could do me a favor, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe because you want to see what's going on here. Now, if you caught our last video, you know I got a tremendous amount of cob done. We need to cob up our earth bag walls to make sure they don't degrade in the sun. And they did suffer quite a bit of degradation, especially this wall, but this wall is protected. But you see over here, some of these areas, the bags are definitely eroded away and the dirt is now exposed. That's no problem. We're gonna cover up those areas and it will not be a problem. So obviously I still have a lot of walls to cover. I definitely wanna cob up on top of these bags because a lot of light is still hitting those bags and those bags are getting torn apart. And I also wanna cob this front area over here because we've had this billboard tarp over this for like the longest time. So if I can get something to protect these bags over here, we can get rid of this because it's just been in the way for way too long. That would be absolutely fantastic. Now, aside from the cob, I also got the rough entrances for our doorways over here put in. I think these are looking fantastic, and we'll be ready to frame out doorways over these entrances pretty soon. So a lot more cob to do and a lot more framing to do. Framing doorways, framing some of the walls on the inside here. So quite a bit to do yet. So let's get to it. No. Not even that windy and it's taking your supplies away. You a girl. You don't like the heat? Staying in the dome where it's nice and cool? All right, good morning, y'all. Well, very nice day yesterday. Got a lot done. As you can see, I got all these areas of the bags covered right by the rough opening. It's looking really nice. Today, I'm gonna pop over and get these areas right here Got some exposed bags over here. Over here, we're gonna get those all covered up. Then I noticed quite a bit of light and degradation happening over on these bags, so I definitely want to get these covered up ASAP as well. So definitely still a lot of cob. So it's our rainy season, but we've gotten a little bit of a break in the rain. It hasn't rained now for 4, maybe 5 days. Since we haven't gotten any rain, temperatures have gone up. In fact, today should be right around 100 degrees. So it's definitely going to be pretty warm. But that's not going to stay that way for long. In fact, we could be getting more rain as soon as tomorrow, but we will see. So if we do get rain, of course, we'll bring you guys along. We'll check that out, see how much we end up getting. But let's get back to cobbing, y'all.
Actually haven't had to water the plants for a while because we were getting so much rain, but now we kind of have a dry spell, so gotta do some watering again.
Yeah, 4 or 5 days, no rain.
Yeah.
Did you find a stick? Hello, UV girl. Oh, she's busy. So I got all the areas over by the doors. I got those all cobbed up right up to the boards. So that should protect those areas pretty well. Now I'm going to shift my focus over to here. And I want to get cob up along these bags right here. You know, because there's some bags busting open over here. So we're going to get cob going right up along this post. And I'm going to bring it up along the, down here along the bags by the foundation. Get some cob along there because there's some degradation over there. But we're moving right along. And man, this is a really pleasant morning to be working. Clouds up ahead. Nice cloudy day. So not too warm. And it's going to be a bit cooler today than it was yesterday. So yesterday I got near 100 degrees. Today it might be like 93, 94. A little bit cooler. And there is a chance for rain. So if we do get some rain, I'll bring you guys along. But until then, definitely got a lot more cob to do, so I'm going to get right to that. Oh. What's happening now?
Itchy nose.
Well, itchy nose is better than flies, right? So you do some work on the outside. Flies getting too bad. Do some work on the inside. All right, so we're looking good inside here. I got all these, I got this whole side of the bag wall covered. for right now, I'm done with that, and I'm going to move on to the outside. So I'm going to start shoving some cob into this area and just kind of work my way up, as well as maybe cover some of these areas that are still exposed. I also have to work quickly, so I just checked the weather, and it looks like the chances of rain are going up. But it's probably going to be hit or miss, but I got to be prepared in case we do get hit. So I'll just keep working and just keep an eye out for what happens with the rain. Yeah, we see you. You done snacking? Yuvie, you done snacking? Well, I am really moving along on this project. I got that section already done. I think I'm going to make one more batch of cob, get that down at the base, then I'm going to start covering these bags. And I just want to get all these tarps out of here. Just getting in the way at this point. That's a big one too. Dang, are we going to keep them? You got to give them a name at least. What are you going to name them?
Larry.
Larry. Hey, Larry. Dang. Jesse getting high over here? How many times have I made that joke? Wow. You are really coming along here. It's looking fantastic. Yeah, the flies love it out here. So I got a lot of cob work done, and I am ready to move on from the cob. With that last mix, I kind of created a transition from the wall over to the foundation, and now I'm going to start moving dirt. Get some dirt in the back, party in the front. That don't even make any sense. All right, so dirt in the back here along the back of the bags, right at the edge of the panels. We're going to get some dirt back there. I'm going to move some rocks in the front over here, some larger rocks. And put some dirt and gravel right at the top over here. And we're just going to get these bags covered and situated. You see I already got that black pond liner removed. So we're going to work on this area, get this part done here first. Then I'm going to move around here to the front, start rolling this back, and moving right along and just get this whole thing sealed up and get this foundation protected and get this out of here. It's about time we got this whole thing finished and removed and get it out of our way. It's about time to move on from the big old billboard tarp. Oh. Well, today has definitely been a productive one. So much cob getting done. I pretty much got that east side covered out there. Can do away with that liner. And I'm going to be starting on the south side soon. And I want to get this thing all done. That would be fantastic. Now before I start throwing dirt in the back here, I'm going to take some larger rocks, get those down here along the base on the inside. I got a whole cart full ready to go, and we'll just see how far that gets me. But put some rocks along here, then start putting dirt along the in between there. So whew, I got a lot to do, but I've been making real good progress. Well, good morning. So last night, there was kind of a storm. We got a lot of wind, but no rain. You know, I got a lot of work done yesterday. So much cob and then moving rocks and dirt. Just a tremendous amount of work. And I just ended up getting so pumped and I couldn't lay down. So it was at night. I didn't get much sleep at all. My body just didn't want to rest. It wanted to just keep moving. Unfortunately, I didn't get much sleep. I was able to get a couple hours of sleep, but what are you going to do? It happens from time to time. But I did get out here early, and I just started working again right away. This is going to look a lot nicer out here, you know, with that tarp gone. You know, I'm not tripping on the tarp or anything like that. I'm pretty excited for this. I think it's just going to look a lot nicer and really kind of mesh in with the rest of the build instead of having this giant billboard tarp out the front. So I got about 10 feet covered with the dirt. I probably got about 30 feet more to go. So I still got a bunch of rocks to move, a whole lot of dirt, and I want to try and get this done today if possible. Are the flies bothering you today?
So far, not too bad.
I got them all by me right now. So, but once I'm done, watch out. You see, Jess, I am a talented artist. I draw flies so well. So I shouldn't stay here long.
Come in.
They're coming. All right, y'all. Got her done. Man, I think this looks fantastic. I think it just looks a lot nicer out here without that big billboard tarp over the front. It definitely looks a lot more natural. Kind of fits in with the whole building aesthetic. And the bags are protected, and it's good to go. Of course, it's not going to stay like this. Eventually, this is going to get plastered, as well as the earth bag wall and the straw bale wall. Everything's getting plastered. But for right now, this is going to work out real nice. I like the way it looks. Protects the bags. Perfect. Okay, so some people are concerned about some of the bags being exposed. Some people are like, why are you cobbing the inside when you got bags exposed out here? It's not that big of a deal if little bits of the bag are exposed like this. So some areas did wash off. and that's fine. It's like thinner parts of the area. Obviously, some of the thicker parts in between the bags are still intact. That's going to act as a mechanical hold, keeping everything together. So even if these bags do degrade a little bit, that's fine. And then we get some more rain, smacks against that. It's going to get that dirt wet. It's going to make it even more solid. So that's fine. You know, I still got a cob up there. So while I'm cobbing up there, I'll throw some cob down here, kind of like I did along this wall. Same thing with the top of the dome. Obviously, people have made that observation with the monsoons. The top bags at the top of the dome are getting exposed. And I don't think that's a concern either, really. So yeah, there's some exposed bags out there. Those bags are probably going to degrade in the UV light, but then we'll get that rain. It's going to solidify the dirt, any dirt that gets exposed, and it'll just make that area so much stronger. And keep in mind that the area of cob that's getting exposed is very thin cob. The areas where just put on real thick amounts of cob and rock, that's still intact. And then the area that's plastered up there, that plaster is working like a charm. It's okay to let it go for a little bit. You know, we'll want to get to it eventually, but not a huge concern. All right, people have also suggested adding cement into a cob mix, and maybe that would hold better. We're not keen on that idea so much because clay and cement don't necessarily mix, so it'd be much more prone to cracking. The cement wants to harden and be rigid, but clay is flexible and it'll expand and contract. So it's gonna get a lot of cracks, so we'd rather not do that. What dark magics are you working? Got enough cob there?
I don't want to keep going up and down the ladder. So.
Do you want me to just hold the bucket up for you like a bucket caddy until you're done? Just keeping an eye on you. Looking good. All right, we got Jess out here. I want to get her opinion on how everything's looking with the bags, how the front of the house looks. Well, as soon as she can get done, as soon as Yuvi will let her. Yuvi, you gonna let Mama over here or what? What does Yuvia think of the bags? I think she likes it. All right, take a gander. What do you think?
I like it. It looks better than that big tarp. We were like tripping over it and stuff. It was kind of annoying.
I was tripping over it. I don't know if
mostly you were. Yeah, it's you did a lot of work in a short amount of time. Well,
yeah, I was motivated. I was motivated to get that tarp out of there.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Awesome. So you approve? All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being with us on this journey and for following along. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye.